Good morning and welcome to Community Haven. My name is Jeffrey Wooden. I'm the board chair for Community Haven for Adults and Children with Disabilities. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you all for this to coming to this special event today. We'd like to thank, first of all, the Neeson family for their incredible generosity and contribution, which has made possible the construction of this new group home and 9 disabled adult children clients. Many thanks to Half Acre Construction for the building of the home as well. Now I'd like to introduce the Director of Adult Services, Brad Jones.
Can you guys hear me all right? All right, good. So I'd just like to thank, first and foremost, the staff in helping me get this group home up and rolling. It definitely wasn't the easiest process in the world, but the main point is we got it done, and now this house will be home to 9 adults with disabilities, which is a great thing. We currently have 6 out of the 9 have already moved in, and we already have a waiting list of about 15 others that want to move in, and we're just waiting on funding issues from the state, but this will be a full house of 9 adults. I'd like to also thank Half Acre Construction, Glenn and Tom. They did an awesome job with the house. As you can see, it's I put this group home up against any other group home out there in Florida. It's one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. And I'd also like to introduce Jason Martin. He's one of our new residents, and he has a short speech he'd like to prepare that he wanted to talk about the house. Jason, come on up.
Morning, folks. I'm Jason Martin. I'm Miss Martin's son. First and foremost, I want to thank Brad and Marla for giving me the chance to be part of the family. And now let me get to the important part here. I feel proud and honored to live in the new group home here at Community Haven. I also work here at Haven Industries to help earn a living. I have made a lot of new friends. My life now has a wonderful purpose. I want to thank all the people who worked so hard to get Jacqueline's house completed. Finally, I want to thank Mike and his family from the bottom of my heart for making this all possible and making dreams come true. Thank you, Michael.
Good job.
Thank you, Brad.
You're welcome. I also want to thank another very important person, Donna Thompson from Sarasota County. She really helped out with the zoning issues we were having, and I definitely appreciate her help. And again, I'd like to thank also, I'm sure you'll hear this a lot, but the Neeson family for this great gift that could really help a lot of adults out here at Community Haven. And now I'd like to introduce our CEO, Marla Doss.
Good morning. Great morning, actually. This is out here at Community Haven. For those of you that may not be as familiar with this agency as some of us are, we are embarking on our 60th year of services to individuals, children, teens, and adults with developmental and physical disabilities. When I see the growth and development that's happened throughout the years on this campus, it's just simply short of a miracle. And when I stand in front of this house and in front of you, it's just simply amazing. The growth, the development, the love that the Neesons entrusted our agency and our personnel to make sure that this project would be seen through is just really something else. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making such a difference in the lives of those that we serve. I also would be remiss in not acknowledging our Haven attorney, Mr. John Cook, who is also here today, who helped us with an interesting situation that we were dealing with the APD, the Agency for Persons with Disabilities, as it came down to licensing this group home. We had a couple little snafus, if you will, but between Donna Thompson and John Cook going to bat and helping this agency so that Brad and I could both get a decent night's sleep after many nights, I'm not kidding, of worry and wonder, we were able to rest assured that we were going to see this project through. And right now, for me personally, the sky's the limit. I mean, I just see this campus having so many opportunities for the future, whether it be residential, whether it be day services, employment services, vocational, all making a difference in the lives of those that we're privileged to serve each and every day. Half Acre Construction, you've been amazing. I miss you, Glenn. we saw each other every single day and you know, went through some ups and downs. And when it got really intense between the two of us, I'd just call Tom and say, help, we have this problem or that problem. But you know, Half Acre's been working on multiple projects for us. They've just renovated the entire Selby School. They've put up the entire recreation quad that we have right behind you. So they really have been a fixture on this campus for 9 months now. So I'll tell you, the product of this home, built with love and just absolutely everything you did has just been amazing. You've been a joy to work with, and hopefully we'll be working on future projects. At this time, and unfortunately Sarasota County is having their commission meeting right now, but we actually were able to have a proclamation done by Sarasota County government, and again, I know that they felt very bad that they were not able to attend today, but they're having their commission meeting, as I said, but they have given us this beautiful proclamation which will hang inside of Jacqueline's house, and I would like to read this to you. It says, whereas in 2010, the U.S. Census Bureau estimated that developmental disabilities affect 1 in 5 American children, teens, and adults, and more than 56.7 million people. And the most effective way to overcome problems associated with understanding people with developmental disabilities is through providing information to increase that understanding. And whereas we encourage all citizens to realize that individuals with developmental disabilities should be afforded opportunities in the community, including full access to housing, employment, and community activities. And whereas by helping people with developmental disabilities achieve full access to housing, employment, and recreational activities, we can help create productive and satisfying lives and allow them to live as independently as possible. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Sarasota County, Florida, hereby proclaim the 19th of June, 2013, to be Jacqueline's House Dedication Day. In Sarasota County, we urge all citizens to become aware of the challenges of developmental disabilities, to support those dealing with such, and to participate in community efforts. Presented this 19th day of June 2013, and it is signed by all of our commissioners. So, that is very special. June 19th, Jacqueline's House Dedication Day. So, before I move on, I just wanted to let you know that this will hang in the front of the house, as well as a beautiful poem that Jacqueline Neeson, who this home is named after, her poem is framed, and it's also on the inside of the house. Jim Neeson shared that with me several months ago, so we have that framed, and it surely tells a story in and of itself of Jacqueline's thoughts and feelings in regard to her son Michael. I'm going to read it to you, and then you can look at it when you go inside the house for the for the cake and refreshments. And as well, we also have framed our license from APD. That is when you immediately walk in the door on the right-hand side. We certainly covet that license. This is Jacqueline's poem. Yesterday there came to live a special child God chose to give. I pity one so very small should have a burden after all. With loving heart and trusting hand to grow up in an unknown land, his step is slow, his progress too. He's one alone, a chosen few. What will he learn and how will he know? Why birds sing songs or rivers flow? But watch his face, where love doth dwell. He knows not of war or the pains of hell. Jacqueline Neeson, January 24th, 1978. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our Director of Development, Bethany Higgins, who's going to introduce our next guests. And I thank you all for coming and being part of such a joyous event today here at Community Haven.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming out this morning. We love all our friends and family and supporters, and we couldn't be doing this without your support. I wanted to mention before I introduce our dignitary, she's here on behalf of U.S. Representative Vern Buchanan. Her name is Sallybbetts. She's our district director, and we're very grateful to have her here. Vern Buchanan has always been a firm supporter of Community Haven, and we appreciate that. I also wanted to mention our Community Haven has its own landscaping team. It's head up by Kurt Dakin. He's an extremely talented man and did all the beautiful landscaping around this beautiful group home. We wanted to thank him and just give him a round of applause. What's wonderful is the crew that works with him is our clients, our adults, and it's just wonderful to see them flourishing in that regard. If I could, I'd like to introduce Sallybbetts. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Congressman Buchanan regrets that he's not able to be here today. He's in Washington, D.C. for votes, but it is an honor for me to be here to represent him and to read to you all a letter from the congressman that I would like to present to Community Haven. Dear friends, on behalf of the people of Florida's 16th District, I congratulate you on the grand opening of Community Haven's new group home, Jacqueline's House. Since 1954, Community Haven has been empowering children, teens, and adults with disabilities. Now, thanks in part to the generous support of a local family, Jacqueline's House will provide a loving and nurturing environment for adults with disabilities to live as independently as possible. The construction, design, and staff of Jacqueline's House will provide residents of Community Haven's second co-ed group home with both privacy and a warm and friendly communal living experience. I applaud Community Haven and its partners in this project for navigating the building process and unique regulatory requirements of residential rehabilitative housing to qualify for federal Medicaid funding. Thank you for this opportunity to help celebrate the opening of Jacqueline's House. I am confident that the residents will enjoy their new home and benefit from the services and opportunities provided by Community Haven. Sincerely, Vern Buchanan, Member of Congress.
2, 3.
Hello, I'm Bethany Higgins. I'm the Director of Development for Community Haven, and we're standing out here in front of this beautiful group home. It's our 4th group home for Community Haven, and it is a state-of-the-art home that serves 9 new adult residents. We are so excited, and we're here today with Sallybbetts. Ms. Tibbetts is District Director for U.S. Representative Vern Buchanan's office, and we are just delighted that she attended our ribbon-cutting ceremony, and we're just so glad to have you here today.
Oh, well, thank you very much. The Congressman regrets that he wasn't able to be here today. He's in Washington, D.C. for votes, but it's an honor for me to be here on his behalf and to congratulate everybody who's been involved in this project, from the developer, Half Acre, to the family that donated a lot of the money that made this project possible, to the the governor for seeking a Medicaid waiver that allowed for federal funding to help finance this project, and mostly for the residents who are going to have the opportunity to live here and have a high quality of life in a loving, caring environment and get the support that they need to live the best quality of life possible and to achieve the most possible.
Well, we absolutely appreciate your ongoing support of what we do here at Community Haven. Representative Buchanan has always been supportive of us, and we appreciate that.
Well, Community Haven does a wonderful job of providing care and services for people in our local area with disabilities and helping them achieve a high quality of life and reach their goals.
Thank you so much, Sally, again, for attending our ribbon cutting and for being here and supportive of what we're doing. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here at the Jacqueline's House ribbon cutting, and we are with two very important people. Without their presence and support every day, this house wouldn't be erected where we stand. I'm standing here with Glenn McGrain and with Tom Reese, and they're of Half Acre Construction. And Half Acre Construction Company has long partnered with us on many, many remodeling and construction projects on our beautiful 32-acre campus, and they do a fine job, and they've produced this state-of-the-art group home that will now be home to 9 adult residents. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your relationship with Community Haven, how you met us, and the years that we've partnered with you.
Great.
Tommy, you probably know that more than I do.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks, Bethany. Yeah, like you touched on, Half Acre Construction has been fortunate to work with the Community Haven for numerous years now. Our president, Jack Cox, formed that relationship quite some time ago and has continually worked with Marla and her staff here on numerous projects. We were fortunate enough to be selected to build the group home here at the Community Haven. And Jack Cox and the Half Acre staff was pretty influential with helping get the pre-construction service going, with getting the land approval and taking it through permitting, which was a big step for this house. My involvement, I was the project manager. I worked hand in hand with Glenn McGrain, who was the site superintendent, and just worked real closely with Marla. And they had a lot of input on the house, everything from the colors to the roof selection to you name it. Marla and her team were right there with us. So we really appreciate the opportunity, and we're really fortunate to be part of such a great project and work with such great people.
Did a terrific job. Glenn, what are your thoughts? This was how long did this take from the time you broke ground? Was that in 2012?
I think 5 months. I think we did the home in 5 months. It was a pretty quick job, but it's been a wonderful experience. I've met wonderful people. It's just great here. Unbelievable. We hope to come back.
You do. We call it getting sucked into the Community Haven family. Once you're here, you don't want to leave this place. It's a very special place. We work with our clients who are just delightful, and they're to know that we're providing housing, we're providing independence, we're providing a safe place for them to grow as people, including jobs as well as this nice housing on this 32-acre campus. We're very unique. I'm sure you've seen that. Definitely. Working with different clients. So we appreciate you and what you've done here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here now with our board chair, Jeffrey Wooden, and our president and CEO of Community Haven, Marla Doss. And they are attending our ribbon cutting ceremony out front of Jacqueline's house. And their vision and leadership has also been a critical component of the success of building this home. Marla, maybe you could tell us a little bit, take us down a trip down memory lane, how this house came into being and the story. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Community Haven is embarking on its 60th year of service. We were actually established in 1954, and it was a group of parents that came together that had a mutual need. And what it was a need to meet the goals of their disabled children. And so throughout the years as we've evolved on this 32-acre campus, we serve nearly 700 children, teens, and adults with physical and developmental disabilities on a daily basis. Our program runs from the Palmetto area all the way down into Charlotte County, with the main emphasis and the main programs taking place on this beautiful, serene 32-acre campus. Many of the adults that are receiving services today and that are attending this event today have been with us their entire life. They started out here as children, and they've evolved into the Selby preschool program, and then into our transitions program, which meets the needs of teenagers, and then into our adult program, in which we assist adults with disabilities with housing and vocational and job employment opportunities. This house is just, I think, a wonderful example of how the community has trusted and embraced this agency to make a difference in the lives of people with disabilities. We are absolutely blessed to have this home. It will provide wonderful services. It's a co-ed group home for 9 adults with disabilities, providing them on a daily basis to enhance and grow the skills that they have for daily living, self-care, vocational skills. All of them attend Haven Industries, earning a paycheck each and every month, which is so very important to them so that they can go out into the community and be involved in special events and activities. And all the while they're learning each and every day. The group of folks that we have, it's a co-ed group home, all really get along and enhance each other as hopefully any family would. In our community. So we're just so blessed to have this opportunity. This is our 4th group home, so now we have 33 full-time clients on our campus.
As any board does, they're the ones that carry that football down the field to the finish line. Maybe you can share with us the vision of the board and what all of the leadership that's been coming out of our board to make these things happen.
Now, first and foremost, I want to thank Marla and the team here at Community Haven for obviously just stepping up to the plate and getting this house finished. And yeah, I can tell you, I joined this board 3 years ago, and in the 3 years I've been on this board and the year I've been board chair at Community Haven, the amount of change that I've seen here on this campus and within what we do here has just been immense. Now, the opening of the new group home, the renovation of our Selby building, the addition of the recreation facility, the partnerships within this community that have stepped up to the plate to help out have just been incredible. We're very appreciative of our community, and we're looking forward to continue to service adults and children within our community that truly need our help. So again, kudos to everybody that's been involved here at the Haven. The past 18 months have been an absolute roller coaster ride for this board of directors, but in a good way. A lot of great changes, and we're looking forward to the next 12 months, and hopefully we'll look forward to taking this 32-acre campus and building a ton of more group homes on it eventually. So anyway, thank you.
Tremendous. Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm standing here in front of Jacqueline's house at our ribbon cutting ceremony, and I am with a very distinguished guest. Pat Simmons is one of our parents of one of our original, she's now an adult client, but at the time she was a small child when she came to Community Haven. And I think Pat has a very interesting story. She is sort of our in-house historian, and she can tell us a little bit about how Community Haven came into being from a parent's perspective. Thank you.
I was fortunate when my child was born with a brain damaged condition that there was in the community already a program that would offer help to her, and she started out in their preschool when she was almost 5 at the old airport, and then was able to move into the first home that was bought when the property came into the ownership through the parents' help. And she has lived at Community Haven since she was 9 years old and has progressed through all the growing up years, living in a kind of family of young children. And I was afraid they'd have to move out when they got to be 21, but they were allowed to age in place and remain a family and stay together. And so she's here after 40-some years. And working in the workshop, she's learned how to do chair caning and also weaving. And she does some other skills, but she She loves the Lord, and she loves being here, and she's a considerate and helpful girl. She watches for the needs of others in the community and in the Haven House, and tries to intercede for them when they're not able to express for themselves what they think they should be getting or what they think they should be doing. So we as a family have been very blessed by the existence of Community Haven ever since it was Children's Haven, and is now serving the community in a larger and more splendid way with this addition of a new home for adults who will be able to age in place. And that's the thing that really gave me a feeling of security and gratitude.
That's absolutely beautiful. I was just speaking to our president and CEO, Marla Doss, and she said they are working with the Ross Camp Institute, consulting with them and how we can have a long-term strategic plan to make sure that we can offer aging in place services to our adults. It's so critical. And as you have testified, that is what drew you here, was that ability for Elizabeth to just thrive in a family environment. And we love her. She's a joy. Thank you so much. I think it would only be appropriate to conclude our wonderful interviews with our friends and supporters and leadership team here at Community Haven with one of our actual residents, one of our adults who lives in this beautiful home. And his name is Jason, and I think firsthand testimony of what this beautiful home means to you is awesome. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much, folks. Like I said earlier, if it hadn't been for Brad, Marla, and all the rest of the staff and Michael's family putting the house up for us, we wouldn't have had anywhere to go, and we really appreciate everything Michael's folks have done for us, and we love them dearly. And I just want to say thank you to the staff for having me be part of the family. If there's anything I can do for the residents, or if there's any other things I can help out with around here cleaning up, the staff should just let me know. And thank you again. We love you, folks. Thank you so much.